It's a tippy kind of day.
Tip today.
It's a blast off today. I mean, this is going to be just the tip that is
turbo tip.
It's a turbo tip today. This is fucking turbo.
We're back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
No one's letting you forget in the club. That is for fucking sure.
Are you in lots and lots of pain? How bad is the pain?
Fuck you fucking asshat.
Having fun dancing in the floor.
Number one, why am I calling you? Number two, you ruined everything.
Oh, so good.
Welcome back to the podcast. And today, zing zing, I think we're going to do just the tipper.
It's a tippy kind of day.
Tip today.
It's a blast off today. I mean, this is going to be just the tip that is
turbo tip.
It's a turbo tip today. This is fucking turbo. Yeah, the tip didn't even feel right. I was like, it's not just the tip, because we're hot off the press of our visibility shed session, and my God, that was like 2 hours of the most potent conversation I've had in a long time. Like, that was, you and I knew this was going to be big, this transitioning our mini trainings into these shed sessions. I think just because you and I become so clear about what we're offering and who it's for, and the level of personal power that the person has to lead themselves even into that session, and just like or desire for that power. And I mean, it did not disappoint.
No.
So,
wow. Yeah, I'm literally still in shock and like digesting it. Like, that was like well beyond the scope of like what I wanted it to be. Like, even like from the start, when we start and there's a fucking weed whacker, like just making all sorts of fucking noise. And like, how perfect is that? Because there's so many things that try and get in the way of our visibility and try and stop us from actually putting ourselves out there and doing the thing that we know we should be fucking doing. And then who do we become in the face of that? Like, for me, it was just an easy thing to like go grab headphones, plug them in, put myself on mute while they were like right underneath my window, and just keep going. Like, just keep showing up.
yeah, I mean, that was crazy. Like, I mean, we know that people struggle with visibility. I mean, we see it a lot in the club. We see, you and I have really become big sort of like advocates of this, of like, we cannot stand to see another amazing woman hiding in her power and being like the internet's best kept secret, because fear of being seen invisible. And I think that you and I really, created the roadmap on how to become visible in a way that isn't bro turkey energy, that's like, just go out there and fucking do it, right? Like, I think there's a lot of marketing and there's a lot of personal development that can be very pushy. And I'm not saying that that doesn't work for people, because it absolutely does for some people. But when you've had stuff go down in your life that's been hard, if you've had traumatic experiences, if you have been humiliated, if you've been embarrassed by friends, if you've had stuff go down, which I know I did. I talked about this recently on our private podcast, the Panther podcast. I shared some of my story around, growing up, and I didn't really feel safe being visible even within my own family unit, being made fun of by my brother and sister. And even, again, this is all stuff that happens to a lot of people, but it just the sort of combination of that, coupled with having to just move around a lot and change friend groups, and then gaining weight and using food as a coping mechanism, and then being humiliated as a kid, all of those imprints just kept sort of reaffirming this, like, it's not safe to be you, it's not safe to be visible. When you're visible, you get hurt. When you're visible and you're seen, people make fun of you, and that really hurts. And so how do I shrink and how do I hide? But while I was trying to shrink myself, my body was getting bigger. So it was this like really dual painful process. And I was sharing more of that, like I said, on the Panther podcast. And if you don't know what the Panther podcast is, it's essentially like Kelsey and I are tapping in there. We're talking about really important themes about your evolution, your self-actualization. It's a motivation. It's It's all the power pep talks that you need in the morning. It's plugging into essentially your higher self every day and being reminded of who you are. But Kelsey and I share a lot of our stories on there and things that are pertinent and real to us and to help you along your transformation. But again, I was going into my story a little bit more, and so many epic, conscious creatives, entrepreneurs, people with a lot of medicine and magic in them, they've had similar experiences. They've had times in their life where being visible wasn't safe. And so how that manifests now in their current lives is they won't go online, or they won't go on Instagram lives, or they won't go on posting any types of videos about themselves and their work or their art, or they won't even tell people how to work with them or how to buy from them or these offers. And so it's this really, we identified this today with a lot of them, but just how there's that gas break, there's that push pull of soul saying, I want to self-actualize, I want to help people, I want to create impact, I want to be well paid for it, I want all these things. But then our nervous system and our imprint and our cells we're carrying a lot of unprocessed emotion around stuff that's happened that is then impacting our current business. And it feels this like really, I said today, I'm like, it's like a living hell essentially, because you're like, I have so much to give and offer, but I can't. And the I can't, we could often self-criticize or self-shame, saying I'm not motivated, there's something wrong with me. And the reason we did this this beautiful 2-hour experiential workshop today is around normalizing how it's so normal to be afraid to be seen, and why we get those woundings and where they live in the nervous system and all these different pieces. So, and you saw the exhales from the group today. It was like a massive exhale of them saying, oh my gosh, I'm not broken, there's nothing wrong with me, oh shit, I've just had some shit go down in my life. And then seeing them come to those awarenesses, seeing them understand, leading them through, here's how it's manifesting, here's what I think I'm afraid of, and then taking them through the process of actually understanding the emotion, what's the thing they're afraid of feeling underneath it, and then leading through the experiential block dissolving process that we just did, where you could, the women were having crazy breakthroughs, so many transformations, a lot of bodies, and a lot of big stuff. You'll have to watch the replay to see it and to experience it. But like watching all that and watching them on the spot clear what's been in their nervous systems, holding them back from their visibility, which is essentially their money, it's their life force, it's their impact. That was like something I'd never seen before. It was unbelievable.
I know. I loved being a part of that experience and facilitating that experience. And so much, like the through line that was coming was a lot of them have a fear of being visible online and being visible with their business or their artistry. And that makes a lot of sense to me. I just wrote a Substack about this yesterday. Like, it took me 36 years before I ever published one of my songs for the world to hear. Like, my friends had heard them. I had done shows. Like, I allowed myself to be visible in a certain degree. But like, once I started taking songwriting seriously and we started writing like actual decent songs, that's when like the rubber hit the road. That's when it got super vulnerable. That's when I'm like, ooh, here's like the soul expression coming through, and like feeling like the tension around that. Like, well, I could just stay in the pocket of being safe and hidden and like keep my songs, and like, yeah, my core friendship circle, they know all the lyrics to my songs, and that's great. But like, I'm robbing the world of this magic and this medicine. Like, these songs aren't for me. And I think that's a big piece that helped me break through that, was understanding that my medicine wasn't about me. Like, yes, I'm helped by it. Like, there's obviously so much in it for me, but like, it's for other people too. And if I hold that in, if I hold that back, I'm literally robbing someone from their transformation, because I was too afraid to let myself be seen, to let myself be known, to express myself in these really authentic ways. And so we could see and totally understand why a lot of the women in the class today, that was a big thread that was coming through for them, because there are so many creatives and artists and entrepreneurs and change makers and like iconic cycle breakers inside the Club Unhinged club, but also just in our vortex in general. And so it doesn't surprise me that a lot of these shared themes were coming up today, and watching them have these very tender moments of like just self-honoring of like, oh yeah, I guess I'm not alone in that, and oh damn, I never thought about it like that, or I never experienced it like that before. And then watching that process that you led them through so masterfully, and when they came through the other side, I'm like, well, the world better watch out because these bitches are on fire.
Totally. And I think that, we recently redesigned our mini trainings into these shed sessions because Kelsey and I we just realized that we have to go where you and I are really masterful is in going deep with people and creating intimacy. And we have to honor that that's not a space that a lot of people actually want to go to. Like I actually noticed a lot of coaches and facilitators, they kind of like the sort of low intimacy mass sort of people.
A lot of hands
off stuff and evergreen and stuff like that. And you and I have really gotten clear recently that like we are a boutique business, right? We're building a movement and it's not for everyone. And this is something that we have to, what is actually in alignment for us. Longer sessions are in alignment for us going deep with people, because if somebody's coming in for a quick training, I don't know how serious they are about their transformation. If somebody's coming in, like the shed sessions have been designed where on each of these shed sessions, there's a shed. So we don't just talk about the shed.
No.
We don't just say,
shedding.
Okay, here's the shed. We're going to talk about how to shed, and then we're going to give you the 5 steps, and then go do it by yourself. Because transformation, real deep, fast, incredible, lasting, like lifelong lasting transformation happens in community, and it happens through co-regulation. And so when we are leading them through, the awarenesses first, them having the breakthroughs, then you and I are descending down where we're taking them to a deeper layer of like, okay, well, cool. So the manifestation, the symptom is you don't want to show up online. You're afraid of being, us asking them like, okay, well, let's say you show up online and that happens. What's the fear underneath it? And then we let them through the emotion, like what's the emotion? And then we let them, and then basically we got them into the nitty gritty, into the reality of what the thing actually is. So we're not circling around the symptoms. We're saying, let's go to the root. And then these shed sessions are designed with these processes, experiential processes, where you're not thinking and then you have to go and do a ton of homework after. Right. You and I are like, and this is where we really set ourselves apart, is you and I are dedicated to on-the-spot transformation. So if you come into a shed session, you are shedding in the session. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to go in and do it or manage it.
Do a 20-page workbook after.
No, there's no PDFs. There's no fucking anything. We're leading you through like alchemizing your wounds, alchemizing your trauma, alchemizing the undigested emotions on the spot. So when you leave, you're actually leaving, the skin is gone, and you're like the fucking slinky ass sexy snake who's like, mother bitch, I just got a fucking upgrade.
Yeah.
So these shed sessions are the upgrade. These are, and this leads into everything. This is raising your vibration. This is a manifestation. This is magnetism. Like when we shed, we instantly are more attracted. Meaning, like, I mean, we saw one of the women. You and I were at the end. We're like, what the fuck just happened? Like she looks
different. Literally different.
Her whole body, softened. She was soft. Her face, like femininity popped. Like it was just this. It was wild to see. And we saw some women have some big releases, some big breakthroughs, and it didn't take long. Like what? The process was...
The process was like 25 minutes?
Like way less than that. I had a little thing on my thing. It was maybe, I think, like 12 to 14 minutes. Oh. So, like, it was pretty fast. I mean, we chatted afterwards, which took a little longer, but when we were actually in it, I think I can look on my phone, but I think it was like 15 minutes. So in that time frame,
wild.
They dove in. They went into a vortex. We helped them clean and clear. And this isn't us saying, this is where it exists within you. This is a very intuitive, co-creative process, because you and I are not into a one-stop, one-size-fits-all method. We're all around, like, we're going to create the environment for your nervous system to feel very safe. We're going to give you awarenesses, the breakthroughs, the insights. Then you're feeling so good to go in that, like, there's no resistance, right? So we went in today and we helped them clear their visibility blocks. Like, we can't wait to see what they now do in the world. The money that they're going to make, the impact that they're going to make, the people they're going to serve, the art that is going to be out there in the world now. And like, hallelujah, because we need more incredible, conscious, beautiful people live, you know, in their fucking craft, in their mastery, being seen, taking up space. Like, that's what we're in service to. And I mean, fuck, if you're listening, like, you're one of them. Like, you're here. Like, you're not attracted to things by mistake. You're not like, oh, I just accidentally made it here. Your soul's like, put on
How
the
did I get in the Club Unhinged vortex?
Totally.
I must be a totally hinged person.
Totally. And even if you are, your soul's like, let me out.
Let me out of the cage.
Out I goes, right? So, yeah, fuck. It got me thinking about, you know, you and I were saying this as well. We're like, it's just such a crime, you know, to see so many amazing people holding back and not expressing, and for very good reason. Again, your nervous system, your data points, you have a lot of data points around, you know, likely being visible as not being safe. And what we tend to see a trend of in the club and just in general with really powerful people is that they only know their power because of some of the pain they've been through oftentimes. The dark nights of the souls they've walked through, the, you know, Phoenix rising, like walking through the ashes, like they know it's taking that and digesting it. And that's really essentially what we're helping them do so that they can rise into their mastery, rise into their power. And I'm super excited for our next quarter in the club, which is going to be power, which is our next one, because that's around building really amazing personal power, which is unconditional power. It's not around like, oh, if the world is cueing me that things are good, I'll be good. It's around like really solidifying yourself, who you are, so you can fully express. And there's, you know, unfortunately, a lot of the people who are here to change the planet have been through a lot of shit. And so, you know, it's not a walk in the park. And, you know, our goal is to help you not feel alone and to help you with these processes so you can rise. Because like we said, you and I are like, we got to wake people up. We got to get their asses moving. We got to help them remember who the fuck they are and what they're capable of so that they can design the lives of their dreams and they can show others how to do it. And they can also serve in the process of, you know, helping with their medicine or whatever they have here. So.
Well, and I loved what you said in today's session when you were talking about it's not about doing more or like accumulating like more. It's literally about doing less and like literally letting go and shedding of all the things that are untrue, that aren't you. It's the conditioning, it's the wounding that builds those protective force fields around us. It's about dismantling all of that while alchemizing the wisdom of those experiences. And when we've done like the shedding and then the alchemization, that's when we can go out and reveal ourselves and be authentic, and it's just a natural expression. But you also trust yourself to back yourself. So like we're not just going out blind. We're not going out being like, oh, the world is a beautiful place and everyone is so loving and so accepting and everyone will always love everything that I ever do. Like we're not going out fucking Delulu. Like, we're going into the world and being like, yeah, shit is a fucking dumpster fire sometimes. And there is that beautiful, expansive, magical energy. And there's also the contrast of that. There are people who are walking wounded. There are people who are mean and cruel and vicious. And, like, all the more reason to be in your power and embodying your medicine and your mastery, so that the people who are maybe caught in like the tail end of that can find their way out. It's like that meme, this was like probably a decade ago, of like there's like one person who's like saying their message and like all of these people who are like, no, wrong, like no. And then they keep sharing their message, and slowly but surely like a couple people from the like don't talk about this pile, they start to move over, and then eventually there's a tipping point where the majority of the people are in the expression of themselves and the people who aren't are the minority. And you also made a really good point today of being like, you think that the market is oversaturated. You think that there are like too many people doing their medicine, their mastery, but there's actually not enough. Like that's like the biggest like trick of the Matrix. Like the Matrix is a trickster. And like there's a lot of paradigms and a lot of ideas that float around the collective consciousness that are designed to keep you bound, to keep you stuck, to keep you in your shedding, in your conditioning.
I'm taking notes right now because you're talking fire, and I'm like, I have another shed session.
Okay, great.
I got all sorts of ideas for shed sessions now. Well, I'm thinking of, sorry, keep going.
Well, and it's just that thing of like, you need to actually be in your power. You need to actually bring this forward because the world needs more of that. Mm-hmm. And when we like hold ourselves back, we actually hold back humanity. Like you're that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. Like you are literally here to like move the needle of humanity forward, or else you wouldn't have this message. You wouldn't have this mastery. You wouldn't have a mission. And when we kind of put that on the sidelines, or we're like, I don't want to like play full out, or I don't want to be visible in that, well, humanity stays stuck. We stay stuck in these paradigms that we're meant to actually break and transform and alchemize and evolve through. And like we're part of that process. That's why we're fucking here. We need more of that. We need more people who are moving that needle forward, so that we can actually have a fucking hope in hell to like get through and like actually create heaven on earth, like, which is part of your mission. Yeah. You know, and we don't get to do that if we play small, if we stay hidden, if we refuse to be in the embodiment of what we were put on this planet to fucking do. Whether that's artistry, whether that's a business, whether that's just your essence of being a really loving and badass person. Mm-hmm. Like maybe your mission is to give people permission to be silly and goofy, and you give them that permission by your embodiment of it. And it doesn't matter what you do for a living, but it's who you're being while you're doing what you're doing for a living. And that moves the needle forward. And you can't do that if you're fucking hiding who you are.
Something just came in as you were talking. It was like, it was kind of like a message around like, it's not like the whole world is a joke, but it kind of is. Like I just got this almost like it was like the universe was like, it's like it's almost like it's like a fun game it's playing. It's like, okay, because if you think about it, like so often we're plugged into what's happening around us, and we're using that like it's just like, do you know what I mean? Like right now, there's everyone's just looking at what's happening outside of them, and we're using it as an excuse. Like we're masturbating in the chaos, and we're saying like, oh my God, this is happening and this is happening. I can't make a move because of this and this is, you know, if only the government or only if this and politics and that, and I'm not gonna like. We're so taken out oftentimes by what is and the noise, versus being like, I heard just a second ago, and it was like, I'm like, this is one of the universal laws of polarity and duality. Like we only know, like my mission, you know, mastering the art of being human and designing my own heaven on earth so I can help others do the same. Like I can only do that because I have been so fucked by hell that like, you know what I mean? Eye level in the depths, like one-on-one fucking one-to-one coaching sessions with hell that I never asked for. I never paid for. Apparently my soul did before I incarnated. But
yeah,
it's
your
like,
soul's like, we are going to rail you.
Yeah, we're going to rail you. Okay, so let's play. But it's like, I can only know that because of that. And so what if, right, like all that's happening right now is like these things are being like intentionally put into the planet. So the people who are here to create change are activated and rattled enough through the contrast to wake the fuck up. Because oftentimes, again, like there's certain causes, there's certain things that fucking get me. Right? Or there's things where I'm like, I'm so fucking passionate about that. I am so obsessed with that thing. I'm like, that's my thing. Yeah. Right? And it comes through seeing what makes me sad and what makes me like, and through my own experience, like being so frustrated around like, I have so much magic to give. I have so much medicine to bring. I have so many people I want to impact. I really want to help people, but being so cock-blocked by my nervous system and my human, and I didn't understand it was my nervous system. I just thought I was broken, or I was unmotivated, or I was something wrong with me. So I played these games forever. But now understanding what we understand is being like, oh, okay, I know how to work with my soul now. I know how to work with my human now. And so like, what if the things in your life that you're really catalyzed, you're really activated by, like, what if this is part of your medicine? Being like, okay, what have I been through in my life? Right? What have I walked myself through? What hard things have I come through out the other side of? That instantly is medicine you can help people with. And what's really activating me right now in the world? What am I seeing? What are the gaps, or what am I seeing right now where I'm like, oh my gosh, I just wish this thing was done this way, or wow, this cause is really fucking, like, I'm really, really obsessed with this. And I trust that, you know, like we saw that big thing in 2020 where people were getting like, why didn't you respond to that? And why didn't you speak about that?
Why don't you care about that cause?
Exactly. Like, people are just so snappy, and it's like, I believe, like, we can educate ourselves and we can do, you know what I mean? Like, we can be fucking good humans. And there's people who I'm not going to step in because
that's not the charge that I'm meant to lead.
That's not my thing. And if I go and expend my time over there because I'm fearful and I need to people please and be in my
look good.
Submission, I'm doing it out of looking good. And we saw this a lot, right? Like, people are just following trends.
Performative activism.
Very performative fucking activism. And so, like, we're doing this thing, but all we're doing is fucking robbing ourselves of the people who need us in our special area, like in the area that we're really passionate about. And so, again, like, we're just noticing a lot of energy leaks in a lot of conscious entrepreneurs, in creatives. And that's where you and I are like, let's fucking plug this shit up. People don't need another 7-step strategy. No. They need to be, like, spoken to directly in a way that's loving and compassionate, but with a lot of conviction. That's like, that over there, energy leak. Like, that over there, energy leak. You're not confused. You're not overwhelmed. Your nervous system has some shit that has happened in his life. Like, let's just get clean and let's move the needle forward. And I think that's the thing is, you know, you and I, again, are really building this boutique business and this, like, movement around getting really honest with people and what's going to move the needle forward. Because I think as well, like, you and I have both done that in our businesses where we're sort of like, you know, even with sales, even with certain pieces, like, we don't want to act like we're too X or too whatever. I don't want to seem like I'm pushy. I don't want to seem like I'm just trying to get you in my program. Because I think we see a lot of that on the internet and people getting put into places where they are maybe not the best fits for them. And so we're almost trying to not be that. But I'm like, no. You need to come into our, like, I'm really owning that now. I'm like, you need to be in that session. If this is something that you're struggling with, you should be in that session. And I'm not going to apologize for it. Like, it's like, I'm doing you a disservice if I'm not actually advocating for you and your higher self to say, step up, invest. Rather than saying I can't, say, how can I, right? Like, become resourceful. You're so resourceful. I heard this thing the other day and it was like, they're saying, like, if you ever say, like, I can't invest, be like, okay, so let's play a game. So again, this is not like a twisted thing, but it's like, if one of your family members needed, like, life-giving surgery the next day, and we said, this person needs life-saving surgery by tomorrow morning, what the fuck would you do? Would you make it happen? What would you do? You'd go online, you'd say, hey, everyone, I need to, you make phone calls, you get on there, because there's pressure, you're under pressure. And they said, like, that's how much you have to invest. Right? Like, it's actually becoming resourceful and doing the thing and just seeing how capable we are. Like, we just really like to sit in the comfort zone. And I mean, if we saw anything today, we saw women in the arena. We saw women who were like, let's get my hands dirty. Let's go in. And that's really who you and I have been saying that we want to call in as the ones, like, that's why we're even changing the club, coming into the club as an application now moving forward, because we've just, you and I have gotten, and that might turn people off, that might turn, but if you're turned off by having to, you know, share about yourself and having to, like, co-create that,
be visible,
you're not a part, you're not, it's too,
not a match.
It's not a match for it right now, right? And it's not means you're bad or wrong, it just means it's not a match. And so like, you and I are really kind of seeing what's happening. We're seeing where people are letting themselves off the hook, they're doing a disservice. You and I are not available to co-sign people's shit, and you shouldn't be either. If you're listening, don't co-sign your shit. Don't co-sign your friend's shit. Don't like, hold people capable and see what fucking magic happens, right? And yeah. Anyways, TED Talk over. But I'm just getting. See, this is what I mean. This is where I get fucking cray about, because I'm like, no, I can't see this anymore. It's a crime. So many people, you know. Just, I can't. And now that you and I have gone so deep into this healing, into like the understanding of, like, you know, that slingshot effect of, like, being like, oh, we know exactly how to descend you, because when we descend you, and then we have that unlock that happens in our signature method that we do and all that stuff we do in the club, it's that spring shot effect. We're seeing it with women in the club. We're seeing all of a sudden all of the impact, all of the stuff that's starting to unlock with them, because we're like so clear on the process and how quickly we can get people into their transformations and how non-confusing it can be, how simple it can be. We know it's like taking, you know, when you go to like a recipe book and you see a recipe for like chicken noodle soup and it's like 4 pages and you're like, what? Why is this so complicated?
So complicated. It's chicken noodle soup.
Like, what is this? Like, why is this fucking, 7 pages long? I'm overwhelmed even looking at it. This is where you and I basically are like, here's the book. Here's the fucking playbook. It's got fucking 4 ingredients. And it'll be the best goddamn chicken noodle soup you're gonna fucking put in your mouth. So it's like, that's, I guess, that's what we're doing. It's like taking the noise, moving the needle forward for people, because I get so passionate about it, but I'm like, I just can't see it anymore. I can't see people with excuses. I can't see people, and you and I have had every reason to have excuses. We've had every fucking thing go down. We've had every reason not to show up. We've had all sorts of stresses and different pieces coming into our lives. And every fucking week we show up to this podcast. Every time, it's been hard, or, we want to be like,
not this week.
Maybe we'll do this.
I'm traveling. I'm sick.
Yeah, my kids are being asshats. Whatever it is, it's like we have every reason, right? Like right now, I'm going through a divorce. I'm about to move. I'm moving next week. I've got my fucking kid at a meltdown today. She's home from spring break camp. Like, there's shit coming out of the fucking yin yang. I got counselors. I got this. I got it. Guess what? Fucking showing up. I'm showing up, and I'm about to make moves in a way that makes zero sense, right? So this is when we start doing things that don't make sense, especially in the midst of chaos. I mean, fucking watch out.
Watch out. Well, and I think like a really good point to kind of pinpoint on that is like, we're not going to co-sign your excuses. We're going to reflect that power back to you, and we're also not going to chase you or convince you.
No.
If someone is like really committed to their excuses and they're really committed to their smallness, like we will not invest our energy in that. Like that is an energy leak for us.
And we've done that.
We've done it. We've done it.
Fucking paid.
Because both of us have this ability to see someone's soul expression, like their greatest evolution, so like we can feel into that, and like we want to navigate people in that direction. But sometimes where someone is in reality and then their soul blueprint, there's such a massive gap that they can't make the jump yet. And so if someone is like constantly coming up with but like I can't, or no, like all these excuses, we're like, cool, like we see you as capable, and when you're ready to make the moves to be able to come in, great. And if now's not the time, we are not going to chase you. We are not going to like do this game. And like, it's such a leaky, hooky game, because when people do that, they're trying to get this validation of like, see, am I good enough? Are they good enough to chase me? And we're not going to play into that with you. So like, you have to self-source that. You have to get to a place where you're like, fuck yeah, I'm worthy of having this transformation, and I'm willing to put myself in the rooms with the people that matter, who are going to hold me capable, who are going to see me as my greatness, who aren't going to co-sign my bullshit, and who are going to call me forward in the best possible way. And they're also going to hold me as I fall apart. They're going to let me be a total fucking mess. And we joke about being on the Hot Mess Express all the time. Like the last 2 weeks I've had COVID, like it's been disgusting. Like talk about like Hot Mess Express and then getting fucking pink eye. I'm like, yeah, like it's a mess, but there's an upgrade happening here. And like you, I'm still showing up. Like I'm still showing up for my commitments. I still showed up for Panther. I still showed up for the club. I still show up for the podcast here. Like I'm still writing. I'm being visible in the ways that I can, and playing within my range as well. And so we do that really well, of modeling that and teaching people how to find their range, play within it, but then also expand their capacity and to work with the ever-changing seasons of your life and what each new upgrade is going to call forward from you. So I'm just super pumped. If you weren't in today's shed session, you got to be in there. Get yourself in there. The link is in the show notes. $44.
I almost feel like it's a crime to sell that cheap. Like I'm actually like rethinking it. I'm like, we should be doing like, this should be like a $500 class. No, but like if you think, no, but like think about it. You say to somebody, hey, you can go in today and you can process old trauma and you can literally dissolve energetic blocks that are holding back your manifestations, that are holding you from becoming visible. Somebody did that one thing and then they went and posted about their course and made a sale. That could be a $2,000 thing for them. What's your ROI? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really is. Like, I've seen that, you know, this is the same shit that you and I do in our, you know, I do this in private sessions with people and we're doing it here for $44. Like, it's one of those things that, it
probably won't be that price forever.
No.
So
we'll
just say that. We're going to use it as like our on-ramp for the time being.
Yeah.
But like, just the trajectory that we're headed, like the club is going to keep transforming and keep upgrading and keep being more and more boutique, more and more niched. And so like, if this is calling you, do not wait. Just don't. Give yourself the gift of actually stepping into that transformation and giving yourself the gift of that ROI, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your art, whether it's in your life, whether it's in your relationships. We don't really care where that ROI is for you. We just know that it's there and we want you to claim it. You know?
TED Talk complete. Boom.
Yeah. Get into it. It's in the show notes. Go get it. And I think that's all I have to say about that today.
I'm done. Well, I could go on for hours about this shit. I just expect more of this, you guys. Like, definitely like Kelsey said, get yourself in the room now because the room is changing and it is upgrading and we're not waiting. So it's like, you know, like I almost saw like, it's like a bus and it's like, you know, when people are like running to the bus, it's like run to the bus because the bus is leaving and the next stop is going to be way further. So it's just like, you know, we're leading a movement right now. This is not about Kelsey and I, the Kelsey and I show. This is around us activating, helping women dissolve, you know, unconscious blocks. They're unconscious. You don't know what they are. If you knew, you wouldn't be where you are, right? So it's one of those things that we're helping you see what you can't see. We're helping you. We're not just giving you information and teaching you shit. We're helping you actually do the work. So that's a very different thing about us in the club. We are helping you do the work. So you're actually integrating it. You know, that word's been thrown around a lot, but it's like there's so much stuff. There's very little application in the personal development world. We're actually walking beside you and leading you through the transformation on the spot. Real time transformation. So you're not having to go and again be like, get off the call. So anyways.
We love you.
We love you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Go
Come get the shed replay.
Yeah.
And
change your motherfucking life, people.
Yeah, change your life. Like, do something about it. Let's go.
Zing zing. Love you. Bye.
All in all, we want to say thank you for being here. We love and appreciate you so much. And if you liked today, give us a 5-star rating. And we'll see you next week.
Share it. If you know somebody who needs this in their life, share this shit. Abundance goes round and round. We love you.
We love you. Bye.